About a Pfizer ALlergen merger. Now, this is Pfizer's attempt to execute what's called a corporate inversion. That is headquartering the corporation to another country where taxes are lower. In this case, Ireland. Now, this is sick. First of all, it's sick. It's sick, and I should use the word literally here because it's a pharmaceutical company. Sick that these people are profiting over sick people. You know, we heard about Martin Shkreli, you know, the person who increased the AIDS drug, I forgot what it's called, from $13 to $750. AIDS is a horrific disease, and people who suffer from it deserve to be treated and not to be ripped off. Okay? And I know that because I actually wanted to travel to South Africa and fight in that country for HIV/AIDS survivors. And a personal hero of mine, Edwin Cameron, a judge on the Constitutional Court of South Africa, has suffered from AIDS, and he's very passionate about that subject, as well as he should be. So, these pharmaceutical companies rip off people who are already sick, which is sick themselves, and the fact that they make such huge profits of these people, and to just profit of big rich fat cats, so who can manipulate the world political, economic, and healthcare systems for their own selfish interests. I am glad that the FDA, that the Department of Justice, and the other government agencies have stopped Pfizer from executing this corporate inversion. Because this sets a very clear precedent for big-time corporations, big-time multinational corporations throughout the United States of America. You cannot escape taxes. You'll pay your fair share. If you want good roads, if you want good schools, good universities, if you want good health care, if you want a stable modern infrastructure, you need to pay taxes. You cannot escape from it. This is in fact the 16th Amendment. The 16th Amendment says that the government has the right to collect income taxes from whatever source they are derived. And it's important that under the 14th Amendment, equal protection laws should also include tax revenue. It's equal protection laws in all circumstances and situations. We're not going to cherry pick who supports this law, who supports that law, black, white, rich, poor, you know, Asian, Martian, doesn't matter. Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina, Montana, Kansas, it doesn't matter. Equal protection laws also applies to tax laws. You pay your fair share equally. And the government has the right to collect taxes. Stop violating the Constitution. Stop violating people's health. Stop violating the political economic system for your own interests, okay? And you know what? We live in a world of social media. You know, your big-time money won't help to elect candidates because the people will rise up and vote against them. Because if you don't believe me, look what's going on in Iceland right now, where 10,000 people, which is a huge deal for Iceland, 10,000 people, which in Iceland would be the 5th largest city in that country, have voted against the government. Why? Because they do not want rich oligarchs ruling their country. Iceland in United States of America is supposed to be representative of democracies. And the people finally realized this. The people finally realized this in the Arab Spring, when the whole region from North Africa to the Middle East rose up, because they finally realized that they, as the people, can rise up against a dictatorial, tyrannical, authoritarian government. This is what happened in China back in 1989, when the students had the courage to stand up to the Communist Party. This is what happened to Eastern Europe back in also 1989, when the people spoke out against communism. In the end, the people have the power, not corporations, not program, and so on. You know, and here's the big but. The governments of the countries of the world know this. And they do everything they can to institute programs to quell the people. George Orwell said it best in 1984. To entertain the masses, all they needed was football and beer. And you know what? I've watched football, or soccer for the American viewers. I drank beer, but I'm not controlled by them, because I can think for by myself. Okay? And that's the important thing. It's we the people. The first 3 words of the preamble of the Constitution of America, and Bernie Sanders represents this. Thank you.